All right, folks, it's time now for the best show in Memphis that spotlights local Memphis musicians and local artists. Bad Penny Promotions. If they don't book your act, you don't owe them one bad penny. Together with Memphis music hotspot, The Phoenix, home of the Tuesday Night Blues Jam, present to you almost live, and in most cases, living color, ABC Channel 24's newest hit, Memphis Tonight. Brought to you every Saturday morning, 2 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. With host Donna Paget Bowers, lead singer for the Memphis Blues band Motherlode, and host of the weekly Tuesday Night Phoenix Blues Jam, Teodoro Alvarez. Tonight's guest, live from the Phoenix. This week, Memphis Tonight is proud to bring to y'all the silky smooth guitar aficionado himself and our friend, Wayde Peck. He's widely known as the Bookman. Memphis Tonight is proud to bring you James Renford Powell. And this week's TBJ band, playing a Stevie Ray Vaughan classic, Chris Matula, Doreen Lewis, and Teodoro Alvarez. So sit back and get ready for 60 minutes of the best music and art Memphis has to offer, all balled up into the next half hour. But first, go call 20 of your best friends and tell them to tune into Memphis Tonight. And now, here's... Oh, wait. That's already been done. Yeah, here's Donna.
When most folks ask who your favorite guitar player is, they'll answer, I don't know, Eric Clapton, Joe Walsh, Joe Bonamassa. But if you ask me on most days, I'll say Wayde Peck.
No.
I think Wayde Peck's licks are as smooth as butter, and his finesse is better than any guitar player in town.
Well, thank you.
Welcome, Wayde. I'm embarrassed him now. He's going to kill me when we leave here. I know that you play around town, you go to jams and things like that.
Yes.
You play sometimes at the Phoenix, and sometimes if you have a gig with us, you play.
Right.
And a lot of times you get people to stand up because of your abilities. You really are a good guitar player.
Thank you.
And it's a joy to watch you. From what I understand, you've been playing since you were really young. Is that right?
Yeah, I started when I was about 12 years old.
Oh my goodness. And I think you told me that when you were like, I don't know if it was like in your early 20s, you played full time.
Sure.
You made a living doing it.
When my wife and I were first married, that's all I did was play.
Yeah.
Every beer joint and bar on Lamar Avenue, basically.
You have a star from, right?
Yeah, that's right. I have a star on Lamar.
Oh, that's cool. So what is it about playing guitar that just won't let you go?
It keeps me alive. It's what drives me. It's a passion of mine, and without it, I don't know what I'd do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope you never give it up.
No, I can't see that.
We love to see you play and to hear you play. You practice every day.
Every day.
And does it ever get tiring or old to you?
Not really. As long as you're trying to do something new or approach it in a different direction, it's always fresh.
Mm-hmm. Do you think how well you play, because I know you play well, is about your talent or about practice, or is it a combination?
I think it's a blend of everything that you do, listening to other people, the practice that you put in, the time you put in on your guitar, all of that plays into it.
So practicing with other people, you think the jams are important too?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are, particularly for those that are just getting started or younger people. It's a great place to hone your chops.
Well, good. I know you sing. You have a really pretty voice.
Thank you.
And you write music too.
Yes.
In fact, I heard the great news that in one of the songs that you've written, one of your originals, Experiment in B Minor, is the theme song for a new TV show.
I heard that as well. I did.
Tell us about that.
Well, on Memphis Tonight, I think it is going to start the show off with you. So.
It does. And no, but I mean, where did that come about?
Actually, I can't take full credit for it. I was at Memphis Guitar Spa one day and was jamming around with Hans, and there's another Wade Dickert, and he was actually playing around in B minor, and we started jamming on the song, and I took it home and just kind of enhanced it and did a few things of my own and made it our song.
It's amazing, and I loved it. We used it on the radio show in Kingman last last year, but you only heard a little smidgen of it. But now there's more of it, and the more I hear, it draws you in. It's like you don't ever forget that song.
Glad you really like it.
We're honored to have it as part of the show, and we know that even though you're not here with us every week, a little bit of you will be here with us. And you're either going to bring us great luck, or at least you'll bring us great music.
I'll do the best I can. How about that?
Thank you for being here, Wayde.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you soon.
Welcome to the Painted Planet Art Space. Located inside the Phoenix, Memphis' coolest new art and music venue in the Cooper Young Art District. The Painted Planet's walls are filled with every style of medium of art. From the funky abstract of Redbow to the critical realism of Russia's living national treasure, Victor Lukachev. matter what your art taste, we have your art treasure. Come and visit us at 1015 Cooper and Walker and see why for 19 years the Painted Planet has been one of Memphis's favorite art galleries on the planet. The Painted Planet, that is.
Hi and welcome to Memphis Tonight. I have my friend James Renford Powell with me. Jim has been on my show before and we always like talking to him. He's so busy and doing so many different things at the same time, so we can't cover him in one interview. But he has Renford Broadcast Network, and I think it would be really interesting to a lot of folks out there, and I want you to tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Renford Broadcast Network is three main things: the television show, the Bookman show, and we have a rather large YouTube site. So if you go to YouTube.com and type in Renford Broadcast Network. Actually, if you just Google James Renford Powell, you'll end up going there. And we have 6 sections on there. We're putting a new one up, which will be infomercials for our radio host. We have the Radio by Renford Internet Radio Network, and that's increasing in size. We just moved from 2 hours a day broadcasting on the internet to 24 hours a day broadcasting. So we've already got more applicants than we had shows before. Awesome. And you've got something you want to say, by all means give me a ring.
And I do. I'm going to be on there.
and have your own internet radio show. The YouTube site has a section. The first section has the DVD, the first DVD in the 4 DVD series of the Laws of Material Wealth. And then all of the Bookman shows go up there. And then we have the Core Concepts series. Now, Core Concepts is kind of interesting because this is not interviewing authors necessarily, but it's religious and spiritual leaders of all types and stripes. I know you can find out almost anything you want to on the internet about a religion, but I think we've had people on there you wouldn't know to look for.
Right.
And it's a very simple format. It's what do you believe? Why do you believe it? How'd you come to that belief? What are you doing about it? What are you doing with it? And as Dr. Phil would say, how's it working for you?
Right.
And that's been a very successful formula, and for all types of things. And we step outside the boundary of a particular religion. Sometimes we've interviewed, for instance, Mona Sides, who was the wife of the son of one of the founders of Alcoholics Anonymous, and a very gentle lady who just passed last year, but it was just a great interview with her talking about Alcoholics Anonymous. So some shows that we've had on there are outside of the realm. We've had the state director for MUFON, which is the organization who investigates UFO sightings. So all types. He's also a philosophy professor, and ethics professor, so we get a little bit of that spirituality and philosophical beliefs in the picture in those interviews. And then we have an audiobook section up there. We have the Renford Theater, which is spiritual related movies, and music with meaning. We'd like to have you put something up there one of these times. The music with meaning is something besides just noise, something that has meaning to it, a lesson to it.
Neat. How interesting. I have a new song. I know exactly what I do. Yeah. Well, that sounds really interesting. Lots of cool things going on there. And I'm so excited about you having 24-hour-a-day radio station broadcasting. That's just awesome.
Our host will be able to put ads, audio ads, on the loop that runs all in between the shows. And then they will have a banner ad.
And I just got my banner ad done.
I did. And they have a banner ad that goes into our magazine, Lightway's E-Zine. The Lightway's E-Zine is a different kind of magazine because it's electronic, of course, but it has a new theme each quarter. But new ads and new articles are going into it all the time. It's like a live magazine.
Oh, cool.
So those are our 3 efforts in the media.
Awesome. Sounds like a great plan. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. You're always always coming up with new ways to reach people from all different kinds of areas, through radio, through TV, through book. You know, thank you for being here, Jim Powell.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
We'll see you next time.
We're going to start off with doing a little blues number. Of course, this is what we're here for. It's called The Sky is Crying. The sky is crying. Look at the tears roll down the street. Sky is crying. Look at the tears roll down the street. I've been looking for my baby, and I wonder where she'd be. I saw her early next morning. She was walking on down the street. I saw her early next morning. She was walking on down the street. You know it hurt me so bad, made my poor heart skip for me. The sky is crying. Look at the tears roll down the street. The sky is crying. Look at the tears roll down the street. You know the sky's crying, y'all. Can you see the tears roll down my nose? Thank you.
What a thrill it is today to have my friend James Judge Booker with me. So good to see you, Judge. We don't call him James. Everybody in music calls him Judge. Judge has been around for a long time, playing music, even though he doesn't look like he's old enough to have been around a long time. He's been winning awards recently. He's a big man in music these days. In June the 6th, he was received some awards at Hard Rock Cafe for 50 years in music, and we were so excited to have been part of that and to have witnessed it. Heard a lot of great music that night. In fact, we want to take a few minutes to look at some of the footage from that.
Okay.
Okay.
To let you know just why I love Judge Booker. Judge Booker is a real sweetheart. He's the friendliest guy I know. He values family, community, and God. He does his homework, he shows up on time, does a fantastic job, and above all else, he always has fun. So one more time, let's give it up for Judge Booker, please. We got one more for you guys. It's an instrumental. It's called Governor-Elect.
Okay, like I said, on June 6th, when you were at Hard Rock Cafe celebrating 50 years in music, you received, I believe, 3 awards that night.
Yes.
Can you tell us what those were?
It's a proclamation from the state of Tennessee, the city of Memphis, and the county.
Wow, that's so cool. That was really impressive, and I know you were excited.
Yeah, definitely.
You had so many cool people there. Everybody, it was like the who's who of Memphis music. Everybody who you know in music was there, and many people got to play with you, and it was just a wonderful evening. We were so
lovely.
glad to be able to have been there. I also understand that you're going to receive another award in the
Yes.
near future.
Yes, I have already received a Attendance Award.
Oh, okay.
Then I got a Pioneer Award. I was inducted in the 31st Pioneer Award.
Oh my goodness.
And one coming up now in October. It's the Stone Award.
Goodness gracious, that's like 6 awards. Maybe we should call you the Honorable Judge Booker and get you a well, it's so great to have all that cool stuff happening to you. I know that when you first started out, you started out with Rufus Thomas, I think you said locally.
In Memphis.
In the 70s, and you've played with a whole gamut of people. Just in November, you played with Huey Lewis, and I love Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
That was so cool. I know that was fun.
It was fun because I was just shocked when they called me.
Oh, I bet. An honor, too. That's
Oh, yeah.
neat. That's neat. Well, your style is really different. I know you're not a man of a lot of words, so that's
Right.
why I'm talking a lot. But,
Right.
but
I talk with my fingers.
he does. He talks with his fingers. But your style is really distinctive because you play the bass upside down, and I kind of think what your music abilities have done to the music community here in Memphis has been pretty much turn it upside down. And we are so proud of you, and we congratulate you, and thank you so much for being here with us.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Hope to see you soon on that stage.
All right.